700. That's how many military bases the US has around the world. 700. What about China? Just 14. That's how many overseas bases China has. So the US has 700 and China has 14. Case closed. Right? Not really. The big ones are the well-known strategic hubs, like the US bases in Japan, Guam, the Philippines, and South Korea. Let's take the example of China's largest overseas base, the Djibouti base. It might not be as big as Kadena, but it's incredibly strategic. The US with its web of bases across the world and China with its smaller but no less impactful network. So it's not just about the numbers, it's about the strategy, the capabilities and the goals each base is designed to achieve. Located in Djibouti, it is close to major shipping lanes and serves as a vital link for Chinese vessels on their way to the Gulf of Aden. Why is that important? Because it allows China to protect its interests in the region and safeguard the lives of Chinese nationals working there. The base also serves as a hub for humanitarian mine assistance, peacekeeping operations, and United Nations missions. These bases serve as crucial anchors for the U.S. military's regional presence. What do? They project power, they deter aggression, and they enable the U.S. to respond rapidly to any security threat in the region. How big are we talking about? Well, the biggest U.S. base outside America is in Japan. It's called Kadena Air Base. It sits on 9.63 square kilometers of land. That's bigger than the entire city of Vienna. And the base isn't just big, it's also incredibly busy. In 2005, the Air Force reported over 22,000 aircraft movements from Kadena. That's an average of 60 aircraft operations every day, because it's not just the number that matters, but also what those bases are capable of. We crunched the numbers, and here's what we found. Both the US and China use their bases to project power, to deter threats, and to secure their interests. The US has bases all over the world, from the Pacific to the Middle East and beyond. China's footprint is more recent and more focused. They have bases in strategically important locations that align with their economic and security interests. The US bases can be divided into two categories, the big and the small. What about China's bases? Well, they might not have the sprawling bases in multiple countries like the US, but China's overseas military outposts are no less formidable. So the question is not really about the size of the bases, but what they do. As you can see, both countries have put their own spin on global military reach.